included for a month, right? So
ตรวจสัมภาษณ์ตรวจแล้วครับ
ตรวจแล้วเป็นไงบ้าง
ผ่านครับ
ไม่มีใครติดเลยเหรอ
ไม่มีครับ
แล้วทำไมเขาไม่ปล่อยให้กลับบ้านล่ะ
กลับไม่ได้
กลับบ้านไม่ได้พี่
เขาเขาเก่ก็ปล่อยให้กลับบ้านแต่ว่าพวกเรากลับไม่ได้
ถ้าไม่ปวด
Ton used to come and go between Thailand and Myanmar. He is a documented worker with a passport and paperwork, all legal. He is one of the 37 immigrant workers from Myanmar that have been out of work for 50 days now. They all tested negative for COVID-19. Their employer took all of them to take the test in Nonthaburi last month. They are, in theory, free to go home. But the border is closed and they don't have money to travel. La, another worker at the camp, has been working in Thailand since he was 13 years old. He said Thailand is his home now, with wife and children here. He said it is their decision to reduce the risk by minimizing their own movements, along with the fact that they have no money. They said as soon as they got pay, they sent most of their money back home and kept only a couple thousand for themselves. COVID-19 is, of course, an unforeseen incident.
แล้วไม่ได้แล้วต่อไปปิดกุญแจไว้ตลอดพวกเราไม่ให้ออกผมว่าไม่ให้ออกเวลาออกไปคนเดียวได้ออกเยอะๆไม่ได้ผมก็สั่งไว้ผมเป็นวันหน้าครับ
อ๋อ โอเค คือเป็นความตัดสินใจของเราเองว่าไม่ให้ออกเยอะ
ครับแล้วก็ไม่กล้าออกครับ
ๆ เพื่อความปลอดภัย
ใช่ครับ
This construction site is one of many hundreds in Bangkok which came to a halt when the government ordered all sites to close in June due to increasing COVID-19 cases and clusters found at several sites around the city. Ton said besides their employer coming to see them last month, bringing some rice and canned fish, no one else has come.
เดือนที่แล้วอ่ะ
เดือนที่แล้วก็มาให้อยู่
เขาแก่
ในหน้า
เขามาช่วย
เดือนที่แล้ว
เดือนที่แล้ว
เจ้าของมาช่วยนี่คือเอาอะไรมาให้บ้าง
เอานี่เขาสั่งมาม่าปลากระป๋องอย่างนี้แต่ว่าเดือนนี้
ไม่มีแล้ว
ยังไม่มา
เดือนนี้ไม่มา
แล้ว
แต่
เรา
พี่คนนี้มา
These people, to whom Ton referred, are the co-founder of the Bangkok Community Health Foundation, Greg and Friso. They have been dropping off hot meals and other necessities to about 15 worker housing sites and for people in Klong Toei communities. It has been over 80 days straight for them since this latest outbreak began. Some days they have to cater around 2,700 hot meals, the majority of which go to people in Klong Toei communities. They also have been given out survival bags consisting of 5 kilograms of rice, instant noodles, canned food, and they said all things that can help people through this time.
We go house by house, door by door. You know, it's a long process, but every house gets a survival bag from us. It's taken a lot of time. We've done 30 communities out of the 39. We have 9 communities left.
Correct.
And, you know, it's been quite the process.
We started helping primarily with food, giving people the necessary, things like rice, non-perishable food, just to make sure that they would basically survive. And since then, of course, since COVID has been growing, the need has been growing.
Food, oxygen, beds, that's what the focus is right now.
I've been living here for
The night before we met up with
the
Greg
past
and
50
Friso,
days
they had
since
just delivered an oxygen tank
camp, if
to
you
an
see any
infected
camps
man who had been to
that you
3
feel
different hospitals
need
and no
help.
one would admit him. His oxygen level was at 70%, which is much lower than a normal healthy person at 95% and higher. They recently helped get 120 beds into a location to make it an isolation center. They are in the process of looking for other locations for more beds. Greg said the most important thing is to get the infected person out and into an isolation center, waiting for a field hospital or a hospital. In the current conditions, one 10 to 15 square meters room houses 5 to 6 people. So, if one gets infected, others will, if no action is taken quickly. According to Greg, there's a bed waiting list of over 500 people from Klong Toei.
You get 100 more people infected, that's one person dead, right? And
basically,
so,
yeah.
And so by doing the isolation center, you're going to save lives. We don't take a salary. Expense as far as gas or anything like that is taken out of our own pockets. So 100% goes to the community.
Well, we will go on until the end. We're devoted to do that, and like we said, luckily we have so much support from everybody.
Right.
We don't know. We wish and long for the days that this is over, of course, for everybody. But until that time, we will always keep going.
There are almost 300 people behind the scenes at their foundation. After all this outbreak is over, they have other projects to complete, re-landscaping places for underprivileged kids and building homes, among many other things.
The foundation's not going anywhere. We have a lot of work to do. Hopefully one day this will be a different story. You know?
Tulip นักสมภพเปล่า reporting for Thai PBS World.
Don't take hygiene